The two people were sunbathing on the beach. Suddenly, the woman noticed an unknown liquid continuously flowing out of a rock wall. Curious, she walked over and reached out her hand to catch the dripping liquid. Looking at the familiar-looking substance in her hand, she quickly called the man over. The man caught some of it with his hand and tasted it. He discovered that it was actually honey. Excited, the man immediately started climbing up along the rock wall. After entering the cave, the two found that something about it seemed very strange. Before long, they discovered a gigantic beehive. This also meant that there were gigantic bees. Knowing they couldn't stay there for long, they quickly retraced their steps and prepared to leave. However, when they reached the cave entrance, a buzzing sound suddenly came from the distance. The two immediately retreated back into the cave. Then, something terrifying happened. A bee larger than a cow flew in. The two were so frightened that they fell to the ground. Faced with such an enormous bee, they quickly ran deeper into the cave. However, the terrifying giant bee had no intention of letting them go. It searched everywhere for signs of the two. At the critical moment, the man grabbed the woman and hid with her inside one of the honeycomb cells nearby. The terrifying bee soon discovered the two of them. Faced with such a gigantic creature, the man quickly picked up a stick for self-defense. However, the bee paid no attention to the man's attacks. It continuously spat sticky fluid from its mouth, gradually sealing the honeycomb shut. The two could only watch as the honeycomb was slowly sealed closed. What was even more terrifying, however, was that more and more giant bees were returning. At the critical moment, the man quickly gathered the dry leaves around him and started a fire beside the honeycomb. As the flames burned, the honeycomb was soon engulfed by the fire. Taking advantage of the giant bee's distraction, the two quietly escaped from behind and successfully got away.